Some of you may know where I am just by this one shot in the background behind me. It's a very historic and well-known place in North Carolina. And if you recognize it, you know that I'm here in Old Salem in Winston-Salem. Now, Old Salem has a lot to offer. So to learn more, I'm meeting up with the Director of Community Engagement for the Old Salem Museums Gardens, Samantha Smith. So let's go check it out. Hey Samantha, how are you?
Hey Brian, I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great, and I'm really excited to be here. Thank you so much for meeting us out here and showing us Old Salem.
Absolutely. I love it here, and I hope you will too.
Oh, great. Well, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's check it out.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Samantha, I have to admit something to you. This is the first time I've actually gone out and walked through Old Salem. I know.
I don't know how that's possible.
I know,
but
I've driven through it, but I haven't walked and actually learned to appreciate everything Old Salem has to offer. So for someone like me who's not as familiar with Old Salem, tell us a little about the history.
North Carolina is really lucky in that it has a really interesting history. And one facet of that early history is the story of the Moravians. So the Moravians were one of the very first Protestant groups ever. They're actually 100 years earlier than the Lutherans.
Okay.
And they originated in kind of the Czech Republic area of today. They first came to Pennsylvania, but soon after they traveled south and ended up landing in North Carolina.
Okay.
And one of the first settlements that was in this region was actually Bethabara. It's a really beautiful park. There's a lot of really cool archaeological resources there. Soon after they founded Bethabara, they started planning for a larger central town, and that was Salem. It was founded in 1766.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and it's almost like walking back in time a little bit when you're walking through. I mean, you've got kind of the cobblestone sidewalks and just the really historic homes, and it's really cool how it's been preserved, but it's still taken care of so people can still enjoy it when they come down here.
Yeah, it's exactly right. So Salem is really cool because we have all these great buildings. Some of them are part of the interpretation. Some of them are actually owned by residents.
Okay.
So for example, this is a residence.
Wow, so
Yeah.
someone lives there.
Someone lives there.
Oh, wow.
So it's
That's
kind
really
of like
cool.
a living, breathing historical town.
So Samantha, I see we're at the Salem Tavern Museum now. Tell us a little bit about it.
Sure, I'd be glad to. So the Salem Tavern is actually probably my favorite building in the whole historic district.
Okay.
And that's because it has a really interesting history. So unlike a lot of the other buildings here in town, the tavern was where people from all backgrounds would come. Even though the town itself was this very secluded Moravian town,
Right.
the tavern was where strangers would be welcomed to eat, drink, maybe some beer, some whiskey,
Sure.
a place to stay. And it's also historically significant because even though a lot of historic sites and museums claim this,
Sure.
we truly can say George Washington did stop here and stay here for 2 nights.
That's really cool.
So a lot of really important history
Yeah.
in this one building.
Very cool. Wow, well, let's keep looking.
Okay, yeah.
So Samantha, I see we're coming up to our first shop here at Old Salem.
Yeah,
So tell me a little about this particular one.
I'd be happy to. So Salem is beloved by many
Sure.
for the historic district and the beauty and the gardens, but it's also beloved for its shopping.
Yeah, I can see.
Due to COVID, they're not
Yeah.
open right now to the public,
Sure.
but you can do shopping online. oldsalem.org/shop
Okay.
will take you right to that, and you can buy cookies, stars, pottery, everything your heart desires. All of our best-selling items are on there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, for sure. We really miss our visitors so much. We have some events year-round that are super popular. Christmas was a huge deal for the Moravians, and so we usually have a lot of events and special tours around the holidays.
Sure.
And Saturdays too, just any given Saturday.
Yeah.
When we're open, Saturday is the day. We usually have tons of really cool programs, different things that we're offering. So
Okay.
it's a happening place when we're usually open.
Well, hopefully one day soon we can get there.
Sure
But
hope
for
so.
now, you're doing some online events, right?
We are, yeah. So for those missing out, highly recommend you check us out. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our most popular platform is actually TikTok. A lot of great engagement on there. We have over 200,000 followers.
Oh, wow.
People really love what we're doing on there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So Samantha, thank you so much for taking the time to come out and showing us Old Salem. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And I know that I'm going to come back and revisit multiple times now. So thank you so much.
You're welcome, Brian. I love to hear that. Thank you so much for coming. And I welcome all of you to please come and visit Salem. We would love to see you.
Great. Thank you so much, Samantha.
Thank you.
Take care. For more information and to see more episodes of the Places We Love show, go to theplaceswelove.com.